Hey everybody, how's it going? X here. Yes, that is my giant bear. Chapter 932 is out, you guys. It was amazing, jam-packed. I'm going to walk through it with you guys right now. You guys should pull it up. It's on Jamini's box. Go to the latest section, Chapter 932. Join with me here. So, at the start here, we got the cover page, and we have Caesar Clown. And basically, him being here, he's just writing requests, asking for work. We're essentially just seeing that Caesar Clown is out of the picture, not currently doing anything big in the One Piece world. Flip over, page 1 here, looking at the panels, we find out Komurasaki is the geisha-like person playing the Samisen throughout the Wano arc here that we've been seeing. So going in and out of each arc, we have a geisha in a fox mask playing a Samisen, and now it is confirmed that this is Komurasaki. Many people called this. Super happy to have it be confirmed now. So jumping back into Robin, she was in the craziest scenario. She got caught by the Oniwaban, and they're questioning her. They're asking her what she's doing there. They're telling her they're going to torture her or kill her if she doesn't tell them why she's there. She tries to say she's the witching hour person. They see right through this. They throw ninja stars at her, throw a rope around her neck. She looks all panicked, and then all of a sudden, boom, we find out it's actually Shadow Clone Jutsu. Yes, it was a clone. Yes, Robin anticipated this whole thing. She is not captured. She knew that there were ninja here. She knew there were samurai that were going to be guarding this part of the castle. Yes, there's a road poneglyph close is what this means. So Robin was definitely onto something. Pretty epic. She got out of this. It was a clone. Fades into flowers. We'd expect nothing more from Nico Robin here. But then this starts the hunt. The Oniwaban are on the hunt. We got 11 ninjas and samurai out to get Robin here, and they're searching through the castle. Nico Robin's running away. She's trying to figure out what she's going to do. She reaches out to Nami and Brook and Shinobu, and she tells them all that she's been caught, or she's been found out, essentially, and she starts running for it. What's really interesting here is it pans to Brook, and he is inside the castle. It says The Well, and I'm really trying to figure out what Brook's doing here. He's sneaking around in the castle as well. Is Brook going to end up being the MVP just like he was in Totland? Is he actually going to get an ink print of the Road Poneglyph yet again and just be a huge player in this arc, pushing forward what the Straw Hats are trying to accomplish in the land of Wano here? Is Robin's now sneaking around Orochi's castle. She gets back to the party where Orochi himself is, and Orochi actually calls out to Robin and says, "Hey, aren't you the newcomer? Why don't you come over here?" Robin takes this opportunity to go talk to Orochi directly. This is where Komurasaki gets a little jealous. She starts acting all cute and getting Orochi's attention here. And as Robin begins conversing with Orochi and Komurasaki, it pans over to Kyoshiro. And Kyoshiro's actually talking to some of his comrades. And he says such a clever line here. He says, "You are not clean water. You will not allow people to bloom," essentially, is what he's getting at. And what's bolded here is clean water and bloom. And I think it's kind of relating to, back to the theory, the idea that Kyoshiro is actually a good guy. He's trying to overthrow Orochi. And the idea of clean water and people being able to bloom and the dirty water in the land of Wano is that a lot of the civilians in Wano have not had an opportunity to have clean water. They can't bloom and blossom into the great people that they should be. So there's all these people being repressed and held down in the Wano Kuni arc here. And Kyoshiro's against it, and we get it from this line. It's great that Oda placed this here. We'd expect nothing more from Goda. As we hear more of this conversation from Kyoshiro and some of the other higher-ups that are kind of in this room at this party with Orochi, Kyoshiro talks about the chaos a little bit that's been going on in the town and kind of the happenings, and he says that he sent out the Flying Six, and he says he protects those that are in his Yakuza. Are basically like a big extended family is kind of what we're getting at here. And then Orochi kind of overhears. He comes over and he says, "That's right, Kyoshiro. Like, when you're taking down an enemy, you're going to absolutely smother your enemy. You're going to overwhelm them with force so they don't have the will to fight back." And then he says, "That applies to spirits as well." And I think this kind of gets at the idea of Orochi is the one running the land of Wano, and he is why everything is how it is. Yes, Kaido wants to make a big war. Maybe he's got a little bit of Smile Factory involved going on there. Which causes some of the hardships for the people that are there. But it kind of seems like Orochi's running the show, of course. He's in charge of the prison. He's breaking down the spirits of people that defy anything that he wants. I want to quickly mention that while Robin is talking to Komurasaki and Orochi, she actually brings up Onigashima Island, and she's kind of questioning about that. And Orochi's kind of like, oh, why are you questioning me about that? And this is actually the island where Kinemon plans to have the epic war against Kaido later on in the arc here. And it is where Kaido currently resides, where he stays. It's near where Big Mom was supposedly coming up that waterfall before she got knocked down by King. Next, shockingly, Orochi stands up and he says, everyone, while you're here, I have an announcement, essentially. And he brings up that 20 years ago, Kozuki Oden died and he was executed. And he goes on this big rant and he starts talking about how they're still alive and they're out to get him. And you see Orochi's caution, and it's pretty crazy to hear. He starts talking about how they're here now, there's chaos going on in the land of Wano. They're here to bring me down. They're trying to take off my head, but good thing I have Kaido at my back. So he goes on this big rant, essentially, and everyone in the room's laughing. No one believes him, but he's extremely cautious, and he thinks that Kinemon is still alive. He brings up that Oden was killed in front of him, and he almost kind of made it sound like he killed Oden, but essentially he said that Momo is still alive, and they've never found his body. What's really important with this is it pans to Komurasaki when he says this, and Komurasaki looks sad. And this also kind of fits in with the theory that Komurasaki is in fact Hiyori Kozuki, and yes, Momo's sister. So I think this is more proof backing. Momo was saying his sister would be about 26. Yes, we've been seeing Komurasaki. Yes, she looks sad. Seems like she's working with Kyoshiro a little bit. Plans to overthrow Orochi. Why would she be doing this? And then I'll get to it in a minute here. She says some extra statements that really help build this idea. So next, it's sad to see here, but O-toko is in the back of the room as he's giving this rant. Everyone's trying to cover their mouth, trying not to laugh, because apparently he goes on these conspiracy theories all the time, and he believes in the prophecy, and no one else does. So everyone's trying not to laugh, and O-toko can't help it. She bursts out laughing, and she can't stop laughing. Orochi is like, who the hell is this? Whips out his sword, runs over. Everyone's like, no, she's a child, don't kill her. Orochi doesn't care. He's about to cut her down. Komurasaki says, stop, don't do this, she's a child. Orochi swings his sword at O-toko, slices next to her, misses her, and then Komurasaki walks up and slaps Orochi. Everyone obviously now freaks out. Everyone's like, what the hell? She just hit the Shogun. How is this happening? Komurasaki walks up to Orochi and says, I refuse. I will not bend my knees to anyone. She says, if I believe I'm right about something, then there's no reason for me to back down. And it actually shows Orochi in this panel. He looks shocked. He's in love with Komurasaki. He's shaking a little bit. Komurasaki follows by saying, I am not a weak woman. If you want a weak woman, then cut me down right here. And this is where it gets really critical and really important. She says, I am the daughter of a samurai. I will not live shamefully. And this is what's so critical is we've been talking about who is Hiyori Kozuki. Yes, people have been speculating, of course, off of the foreshadowing that Momo was hinting that she is 26. Yes, it's probably Komurasaki. We've been getting some vibes throughout the chapter here that she is Hiyori. But now she says she's the daughter of a samurai. She's not going to completely reveal that she's Oden's daughter, but I think it implies here that yes, she is Momo's sister. Yes, it's Hiyori, who we've been looking for. Right after Komurasaki says this, though, we see Orochi bust into Yamata no Orochi. Essentially, Susanoo, the god of war, takes down Yamata no Orochi. It's an old Japanese mythological tale, and yes, I have a different video about this. You guys got to check it out. It's talking about how Zoro actually has all these ties to Susanoo, the god of storm, and he ends up taking down Yamato no Orochi, and then he'll get a supreme grade sword out of it, but I won't ruin the whole video for you guys. Go check that one out. But essentially, yes, we see an 8-headed Orochi bust out of the Shogun. Yes, we have 8 dragon heads here. They look like Chinese dragon heads. They look awesome. They're all slightly different from each other. And then we see Robin run, grab O-toko, and pull her out of the room. She's getting out of there. She's saving O-toko. But then all of a sudden, this samurai come out of nowhere. The Oniwaban have captured Robin. Or not essentially, they don't have her hands on her yet, but they're up in the air, they're surrounding her, they found her, and this is where it gets crazy interesting. The chapters didn't end here, but wait. Kyoshiro draws his sword and says, hey, this is gonna be a bloodbath. So yes, we all called it, we saw it coming here. Kyoshiro is actually working against Orochi. He's pulling his sword, he is not on the Oniwaban's side here. He's about to pull his sword. This might be where he jumps at the Shogun himself, and I don't see him being successful here, of course, way too early in the arc, but I think after his attempt here, his failed attempt, he's actually going to join up with potentially Komurasaki at the end of this too. We'll see how long she kind of hides under cover, but Kyoshiro's definitely going to grab Robin. They're going to get out of there, and Kyoshiro is going to be an ally, a samurai, with the Kozuki clan in the Straw Hats here, going forward in the Wano arc. So this is an unbelievably jam-packed chapter. Would love to hear from you guys. Do you guys think that this proves that Komurasaki is Hiyori Kazuki, Momo's sister? Do you guys think Kyoshiro is for sure drawing his sword to fight against the Oniwaban? Is he about to jump on Orochi? And then also, we kind of had the cliffhanger at the end of the last chapter. La and Usopp and Frankie are on their way to Ibisu Town. There's the Witching Hour boy. There's Zoro there. Are they going to recruit the Witching Hour boy? Is he actually one of the two samurai that we've been looking for during the Wano arc here? Please comment down below. Super excited to have a discussion with you guys. If you like the content, hit the like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you're at it. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day.